Hey everyone, my name is Brian. I want to welcome you back to our journey through the book of Genesis. Today we're looking at chapter 1, verse 1. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now, the first thing I want to look at in this passage is this idea of the earth being formless and empty. Now when you think about a cup, what's its purpose? It's to hold something, to hold water, to hold pens, whatever you want to use it for. It has a purpose to fulfill. And if it's not fulfilling that purpose, then we would describe it as purposeless. That's the idea here with this formless and void. The Hebrew word tohu, it means to not have purpose. So we can see here in verse 2 that there is something going on. The earth has a material existence, but it doesn't have its true function yet. And over the course of the next 6 days of creation that we're going to look at, its purpose is going to be given to it. But for right now, it's in this state of purposelessness. And until God begins to speak to the creation and separate the parts out of this formless, empty darkness, it's purposeless. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist yet, just that it doesn't have any purpose yet. This idea is continued when we see that God is hovering over the waters. Now, to the ancient people, deep waters would represent chaos. Deep waters were unknowable. In fact, when we look at our world today, the places in our world that we know the least about are still the depths of the ocean. They're still unknown. But to the ancients, it would have been even more unknowable. And so whenever you see deep waters represented in writing from ancient times, it's almost always referring to this idea of chaos, the unknown. And so here we have God coming close to the unknown, coming close to the chaos. And we see this theme throughout Scripture, that God is not afraid to come close to the chaos. And so if you're in a place today where you are feeling hopeless, if you're feeling empty, if you're feeling void, I want to encourage you to stay strong and to continue to take heart, because God is not afraid to come close to our chaos. We see this theme throughout all of the Scriptures, that God is not afraid to come near to our mess. He's not afraid to come near to our chaos. He's not afraid to come near in the midst of the unknown. He is a God that wants to be deeply involved in taking purposelessness and creating purpose out of that. That is the character of God, and we see it in the very first verses of the book of Genesis. We'll see you next time as we unpack the 6 days of creation. Thanks for watching.